I couldn't find a waving Buddha, so you got a waving cat. Well, all the best of luck. All the best of luck. But we had smoke signals.
They got mobile phones.
Got Snapchat.
Exactly.
Yeah, you read 50 Shades of Grey and go, oh, amazing.
Just checking it's not a lady's name. Guys, good evening. Welcome. We are back with season 3, episode 11. Did I get that right? Yay!
Whoa.
First time in 3 seasons we've actually
What is
got
it? What's the cumulative count?
Yeah. I think we're about 60. Actually, let's ask the producer while he's not
How
sleeping.
many do we think? 65?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Anyway,
when we get to 69, you get a free umbrella.
68,
I think in the pre-brief we said about 67. We could be totally making that
So
up.
69 is the next episode. You just missed out, mate.
Relevant.
Upside down, tickly.
Exactly. We're going to talk a little bit to a very interesting guy this week on the podcast. But Danny, I believe we don't so much have any business this
Not
week.
business, but just the usual. Welcome back to our old, to our potential, to our new. If you like this, whatever we do.
Podcast.
I'm going home. It's end of the year. It's Christmas holidays. Right.
Yeah, I'll wind down.
Thank you to Xtelligence.com who power the Info Masters podcast. We don't have any positions for Xtelligence or in the industry this week. However, when you get to know our wonderful guest who's come on the show, we're on an educational stream today.
This week, yeah.
So we're going to be presenting the details of our guest, who is Otto. I'll go and say it before Kenny introduces him. So all of the details will be in the usual on the right-hand side.
Yep.
If you like the show, help us, ring the bell, like and subscribe. If you know somebody who enjoys the show, you'd like to get in touch with us or bring on the show, just put it in the details or email our infomatterspodcast.com.
And he got that bit right as well.
There you go. That's because we're coming up to 69 and that makes me
exactly.
tingle.
So over to our guest this week now. Danny and I have just recently got to know Ota recently. Recently got to know him recently, but Bara, who was on the podcast some weeks ago, have done some work together. So we welcome Ota Novotny.
Thank you so much for coming.
From VŠE University here.
My pleasure.
And not just Kenny.
No, of course.
Yours. This is Vice President Rector, not Rector. I've started it up already.
Yeah, we might want to start that part again.
Soon to be Dean.
Yes.
But yeah, tell us. I mean, we did a little bit of toing and froing before the show.
Yeah.
And I've got to say it because it tickled me. But as we start talking to Otto, amazing career, amazing gentleman.
Yeah.
But the word Buddhism came up. 5 years old, inline skating, and to become a dean. So put that all together, you got a 5-year-old skating Buddhist, soon to become a dean. Hello, sir.
Exactly.
Welcome on the show. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me.
And as we always do, we always give our guests
guys.
a present. Now, I couldn't find a waving Buddha, so you got a waving cat. Well, all the best of luck. All the best of luck.
Guys, but I'm prepared because I'm data analyst. So
I
have a present for you guys.
Google the show.
Oh, wow. It's a true first.
It's a present for both of you.
Okay.
If you open it. Don't be
Správně
afraid.
obudí
Shall I do it?
Yeah, open it.
Okay, I'm a little bit scared.
We've never got a present before.
No. Yeah.
Oh, look at this!
And in fact, it's a pair of our faculty
That's wicked.
data analytics socks, and only the brightest minds can wear them on.
But
Danny, do you want one?
Yeah. In fact, in order to make it unuseful, I just bought 2. So each
No,
of you have one,
listen,
so-
we've never had gifts because Callan's shit.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Anything that makes me laugh is good.
Thank
So that
you.
actually
It's
makes
even
me
got
laugh.
it's got pie charts on it.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's fab. And you know what they say?
Wearable AI.
Colourful socks make happy people.
Yes,
Definitely.
it's actually a brand called Happy Socks.
I'm wearing the colour bright blue.
Exactly. So you get the
You
lid.
have to
I'll tell you what, we can borrow them and we'll dry clean it. There you go, little
You have to
boxy.
go out together,
Well, we've got Christmas jumper day coming
Christmas
up.
jumper day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So you're both Vice-Rector for Development and Corporate Relations and founder, CEO of Data and Business at VŠE.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Okay, so let's say my mission is just to help people become useful.
Love that phrase.
Love that
Yeah.
phrase. Right.
Oh, you're useful.
Yeah, right.
Just not now, but in the future. So that's why university education is about.
Just to become useful. I wish, and certainly recently there have been many a question asked of me, what can you do to be useful in the world, Kenny? You don't have to be useful now, but a plan to be useful. Now, when you ask this, do people know, or is it death by questions?
Does it go quiet when you ask that? Like, have you ever asked someone, "Are you useful?" Because I picture a pile of coal on a train.
I'm rather the first one who is telling, I am here to help you to become useful.
To become useful.
So.
And if a student asks you, well, what does useful mean? What's your retort to them?
Yeah.
So it means that the skills which will help you to survive, not just now, but in 5-10 years.
Okay.
And then we will help you to learn how to learn in the future.
How to learn. Yeah, no, that I love as well. Yeah. So they have an ability to develop, find out what they like now, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, that would be useful. And of course, there's useful now is not necessarily useful later. So to learn how to learn.
And it's
is an
because
thing.
Usually when the students are selecting university, they are just thinking out the just interesting things which are popular just in the moment, the programming language, AI, whatever.
Yeah.
But our mission is just to show them that, of course, but also to show them the skills which will help them just to survive when the new AI or new programming language or whatever else come.
Always evolves.
So the basics, how to learn and how to retain.
So and how would you, because you must have students who, they come to your faculty, they've made a decision. Love to my stepdaughter, Natty, you did the same.
Yeah.
Where, they've just left, they've just, it's not maturity, you know what it is. When they
graduated.
They just graduated, at 18. They're moving into even higher education, to university. And all the friends have got decision, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they think, I'll do the same. Do you get that in conversation a lot when you first meet students? Like,
definitely.
Do they base it on the right data of why they're doing it, or do they base it on what everybody else is doing?
In fact, it's mostly on what everyone else is
whatever they've decided.
And it's different because we have of course, the bachelor students and the master students.
Yeah.
So the bachelor students is rather about their friends, their family history. Or something, and the master students are rather more data oriented because they are
slightly more advanced
and thinking,
right.
This will be the discipline which will help me just to survive or something like that. But for the bachelors, if they come to our school and they find out fast, and
I bet they hate that. No, I imagine this discovery phase of realizing that because your friend Pachula is doing travel and tourism, you think that's a great idea, but I imagine there's a period of revelation where you realize, actually, you know what, I'm not going to do that. How do you get people or take people through that little journey of
or do you let them
discovery?
Learn it themselves and then they come to you and you help them decide?
In fact, we are here just to help them to find out where it's right
weaknesses
place or not,
because
it's not only about the, let's say, the topic or subject of education, but it's about the change of the education. Because if you just leave the secondary school or gymnasium or whatever, I used to just do some order. On Monday I am at school,
this
on
time,
Tuesday, then comes university where
it's up to you. Yeah,
it's up to you.
Yeah, because
and this is probably the biggest change to manage themselves. So what we are doing now is we'll be introducing the new subject called problem solving.
I was going to ask you, Ota. You mentioned in the pre-brief.
Part of that, because it's not about just problem solving, but it's also part of that will be, let's say, self-developed plan. And we will be sitting down with the students and helping them to write down
where they want to be, what their vision is, what their motivates,
and just to check whether everything is right. And in fact, do it in the first year, because probably the biggest pitfall is that when one is just studying all of that, all 3 years, get the diploma, but
it was my
not use that. So.
Exactly, it was my biggest fear, and to a certain degree, I did it. I studied for 2 years on something that for the first year was interesting, for the second year was absolutely not, and I left, and I guess I've done okay. I've not needed or wanted anything, but I imagine when you come through that high school and your timetable is dictated for you, and you go to university, and I imagine now there's just so much information. So I'm interested in a little bit in this discovery of this problem solving. It sounds like it's guided towards helping them decide.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is it. We probably will be talking about Gen Z and coming Gen Alpha.
God. Yes, we've talked a lot about that. But
Now, so how do you prepare them? I mean, we were mentioning before. I want you to talk about this in detail. When we all went to school, it was blackboards. If you wanted to research, you went to a library. and you'd copy acetates and you look through. Now it's different. The world is,
so
you've got a chicken sock.
Exactly, AI sock driven, right?
So, one of your missions is preparing Gen Z and Gen Alpha, to lead in the future. And we don't know what the future is going to look like. So tell us, in your experience, what you're facing, because our audience out there is, we're getting more and more of a younger audience going on board, because they're starting to learn more about the LinkedIn and the different mediums.
Starting to rely on it.
Like my stepdaughter, Love You Natty, is looking at LinkedIn now. Yeah. And she's like, oh, it's so different to navigate than TikTok and all that bollocks. Anyway, over to you. I don't want to talk. I want you to tell us about this problem-solving campaign you run.
Okay, so the difference between the students is that they are changing. Someone is telling this generation is terrible or whatever. I don't think that. They are beautiful students. Having the same affairs and things which we used to have. So nothing changed.
Well, we had smoke signals.
They got mobile phones.
They've got Snapchat.
Exactly.
Yeah, my son told me, finding the girlfriend, it's not like in your ages, now it's much more faster. So
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and this one thing. But everything is faster for them, and they are just overwhelmed by the information.
I see.
And what we see, what just limits them just to achieve their potential is that it takes them a very long time to decide.
Yeah.
It's not because they are ignorant, not at all, but they have a lot of information,
is it because they've got too
a lot
much
of
choice?
choices, and they are waiting at one each other. But for a very long time, when I started and offered the student, do the job for me, let's work on that project. It was like, yes, do this or not.
Yeah, the choice is yours.
Yeah, and now it's we have to decide.
It's like a discovery session.
And that decision-making process takes months. So I think this is the thing which is limiting them to be just more progressive, and that's why we introduced the class called Problem Solving. And it's just about the methodology. Find out whether this is a problem or not, frame it, find the variants, and decide.
Yes.
And present it, defend it, and it's the problem solving, then using AI for that, and of course the number of soft skills which will help which will help the students just to be better in critical thinking and these things.
So you've made a course out of.
You nearly didn't say
this,
it.
I'm genuinely trying to work it out, because when you and I filled out our application form, I'm going to Glasgow University, I'm doing information and media technology, and I'm going to do it for 4 years. You've allowed for, and I think, I love the fact that you love this generation. I sometimes a little bit struggle with them.
Yeah.
But I guess in education you have to be way more patient than I probably am. But you've made a course out of the course selection. Can you be useful? Do you want to be useful? Things, what do they call the ikigai? Things I'm good at, things I like, things I don't. I forget quite what the makeup is, but it's a kind of decent approach, and you've made a course out of it.
Yeah, in fact, it starts just to help them to understand their personality, how to just get the personalities in the right team, and all these little things which will help them, let's say, to survive and to stay at school, because it will just mitigate the problems. Just which are the reasons why they are leaving, or some of them.
I totally understand
what we are very happy of is that we have quite a good informal structure of the students' clubs and things which are helping the students just to talk to their peers, elders.
So you're moving away, which this is good. So I was going to ask, is how do you keep up with the constant change in the available technology? But what you're doing is you're circumventing that and getting them to be more personable.
This is it.
To be more thinking for themselves.
And
with utilising AI tools, you can't get away from it. I mean, I use it all day, every day. You have to, but you're getting them to think on their feet. Now, I keep referring to my stepdaughter, because I speak to her every day, even though she's studying in The Hague. She's at university in her second year, but I've noticed a change in the second year. She has her own flat with a flatmate, and it's even things like coming to Prague for Christmas. She's organising her own doctor's visits, whereas it was her mum doing it before. I'm not going to talk about the size of your bra because you'll watch this. You're right. But her mindset has changed. Her attitude has changed. In the way she behaves as a human being. Now I put that down to, school has changed, your structure's changed, you have to be more
habits have changed.
Habits have changed. Yeah. But it is also very much dependent on the school. The school has to guide you. The school has to give you direction, otherwise you just
I'm calling myself not a teacher or professor. I'm rather the guide or the mentor.
You're very humble. We were asking earlier if we should call you doctor or professor
Mr.
or
Dean.
God, or Mr. Dean, sir.
No. Just call me guide or call me mentor.
I like
and in fact, it's our role nowadays because and it's just substantial change in the education.
But there's never been a bigger need for guiding because the volume of information is majestic.
It's not that. In fact, the reason why we have to move is originally the universities were the only place where you could get the knowledge. And if you would like just to get the knowledge from someone, you had to go to London, to Oxford, or you have to travel somewhere else. And we call it that the knowledge was gated. Right. So we have to go through the gate.
Interesting.
And we have just built our monopoly on gated knowledge, being the gatekeepers.
University is gated knowledge,
And now it has changed because the knowledge is available. It is democratic.
You can be the gatekeeper now.
In fact, some of us are gatekeepers, but the gates are no more existing.
No, the gates are kind of open.
Suddenly, we don't have the monopoly, and the students have their choices. And that generation is valuing their time as the most important asset. And they are deciding whether I will invest my time in that or that. And in fact, it's really it's substantial change and it's not only the Czech Republic, it's all around the world.
Everywhere.
And the universities have to really think how we educate.
I was going to say, you've been in academia, your professional career, your adult life. Now it's the universities that have to change, correct?
Yeah, I was about. You guys have to work a little bit. A little bit harder
because the floodgates have opened and knowledge is so readily available. Your gated aspect. I mean, Oxford and Cambridge, the prestigiousness getting in, it's a different kind of thing, but still, students are equipped with the gated knowledge in the palm of their hand. So I assume, your faculties, your lecturers. Yeah. So I think one of the comments was that you'd like to take the more traditional approach of a lecturer behind a podium to become more of a mentor, as opposed to just spiel. The mentor's guiding. I think it's a great approach.
By the way, sorry, just to make some guide way. When I have been analyzing your podcast, I have seen you both have the notebooks and the guest note.
You feel like you're missing out.
Well done.
I mean,
the good thing for this Ota is I can't actually see it. It just looks good on there. If you feel Surface Pro, so
if you feel compelled, please join the club. And I went for my smartphone.
Because the thing is, you can't expand the text. So basically, I can't see it.
It's well rehearsed.
Like I'm a newsreader.
It's well rehearsed.
Yeah, but get back.
Yes,
please. Get back to the students and their future life. So the knowledge is democratized, and the other thing is that everything is in a shift. It's in a change. So it's completely different to 20 years ago or something where. You just studied something, you end up in a discipline. And now,
that was it for
the
life.
only thing which is sure is that you will change your job. And now we have to rethink the way how we teach, because a couple of let's say the teachers at my faculty or the university, I was telling me, the knowledge is the most important thing. We have to teach the knowledge, and I think the knowledge is changing. It's about the skills and about the combination of the knowledge of the skills, and this is what we fight one to each other. And it's not about the students; it's about us.
About how best to facilitate this,
and teachers, and because we have to mentally change. And it won't be easy for. Let's say I cannot say some of us.
I can imagine it being incredibly difficult to keep up to, and again because of my arguably biased view, you're clearly in a better position to know these students. I've struggled with a few of them, but then I'm probably very impatient. But to corral them, to manage them into, and to see them into a position of knowing and being comfortable that what they're learning now is good, and to stick with it, because I envisage a lot of these kids students, many parents, have the attention span of a goldfish, and to spend 4 minutes on something is really hard versus 4 years. But it's great that they begin to do that. What are a couple of things that you've learned with your? So you've been doing this kind of 30 years. I mean, it's clear the education.
Yeah. For me, if you look at Ota's profile, you know, from a design perspective, from a business intelligence, you co-authored books. You know, you published on business intelligence, business practice, also performance management of enterprise informatics, a design sprint.
You've not been hanging about, have you?
A design sprint at the IBM faculty. So you obviously
it's LinkedIn, you know.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously a data-driven person.
Yes.
How does that data work? I mean, data's even on the socks. Look.
You know.
How does being a data-driven guy, a data-driven analyst, you're applying that in, a much broader scope when you're talking about people's lives, people's directions. How do you combine the two, or does the data drive you?
It's let's say, make it short. My story started as a database programmer.
Yeah.
I did a programming, introvert, not talking at all, nerd.
And now you.
Okay.
We did call him the nutty professor when he walked in.
And then I found out that someone who just assigns me the job, I think he could assign me it better.
Okay.
So I just decided to move to be the one who is assigning the jobs to the programmers. So it was one step. But then I have found out that the companies who are assigning the jobs are perhaps not run in a way that they should be, and they should be better managed. So I moved in this position. So and more you are going out from being a programmer. You are seeing the importance of just a communication, management, leadership, soft skills, and all these things. And this is what I'm bringing back to the university, and I'm telling it to the students, because one of our classes, it's called Data Project. And it's a beautiful class. It means we start in January. The students are selecting their business topics. So we have the business partners, business cases, and in fact, or their own startup ideas or whatever.
I love that.
And they have to work on that, and not only to do the slideshow in the end, the startup, but they have to really do the prototype or working stuff over, let's say, 6 months.
Wow.
And the last 3 months, they have just time only to work on that.
Wow.
We are teaching them how to present themselves and everything, and we end up with a challenge day where they are presenting
their case
in front of the TV cameras.
Wow.
In English, business
Danny,
judges.
we were missing out.
It's beautiful. In the end, I'm telling the students, you are enjoying just working on that project, but you are too good. So it means soon you will end up to being the managers. So it's normal way of just skilled people. So you start with the development.
It's a normal way for intelligent who want
hone that intelligence, refine it.
And I'm telling that it's our part of our job also just to prepare you for that, because some of them are reluctant. I don't need to present. I will be doing the data analytics, but I'm saying you are too clever. And you will end
be in
up
demand.
to be the let's say team leader, project manager, or whatever. So
you also mentioned emotion-based learning.
Yes.
Tell me some more.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Like you read 50 Shades of Grey and go, amazing. Tell us about emotion-based learning.
Yeah, it's again, my mission, one of many, is just to show the beauty of data analytics to as many people as I can. And as soon as I'm widening my circle, I'm finding out the people who are, it's boring, it's boring, isn't that? I won't invest my time. And I have to find out.
If you say data to anybody, or 99%, data just means boring. Whereas, you type in, I don't know, I want to start my own clothing company, and you're using Gemini AI, for example. I want to do a startup. I need to know different clothes colours. I want to know what's the best sizes. What's a good price? What are production times? And you get the results. And then you go to someone. They go, "That's really interesting." Well, that's your data. It's when you give an example of how sexy data.
The results of
sexy data.
I will tell you how we do this. Do this because we connected with the emotion. Just remember that emotion is like glue. it sticks the knowledge when something emotional, 50 Shades of whatever comes to you.
See, it's glue.
It's going to stick.
Literally,
it's already stuck.
You remember that? I have a beautiful TED talk about that. But let's say it's and you remember, and it helps me just to bridge the gap.
Yes.
Yeah. So in fact, we start with the emotion and then we teach. I will explain it. So usually the data analytics class, it's like here we are, here is the tool, here are the data. Let's do boring stuff. You know, I call it flat teaching. So no emotion, just science. Yeah. And we reinvented it in a way that we start with the emotion in a way that we invented data analytics game.
Okay.
Which is pretty
gamification.
It's sort of
game of cones.
No, it's you have a restaurant in a city and you are just selling your food to the citizens.
So you're applying a real life use case to it.
Sort of real life use case, but you are not the only one in a city. There are other teams.
Sure.
And you are competing over each other just to attract the audience, to set the pricing and everything. And that game allows you just to work on that business model. But by the way, just some data is just coming out from that. You can buy them because the data are not for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we just go to the class and tell the students, here we are, let's play the game, 20 minutes, and they are in a game. And suddenly the emotion is built up in a way. How can I do this? I should do the data analytics. Let's try that.
And they're paying attention because it's not a listening exercise. Which takes you back from your lecturer to more of a mentor.
We are building that emotion, and let's try that. It doesn't work. Let's try that. This doesn't work either. So the emotion is very high in a class. So and I'm rather the director of the emotion. So I am trying to keep it just in a way, and then we come to
boiling over.
And this is it, because if you overboil it, it doesn't work.
So if they lose, their cap blows up.
And in the end, we sit down with them as soon as it was the game. And then we sit with them and say, what would you like to learn to be better next time? And we call it a point of gluing the willingness to learn.
Yeah.
And then we are teaching the students who are willing to learn.
And this, of course, is bridging to the analytics.
In fact, all of them. You know, it's beautiful.
I think it's the way you're approaching it. Because it's really interesting. It's really interesting to me, and the way I was taught, even to the university level.
Was the flat learning?
It was flat. It was lecture based flat learning.
It's like this, and then you calm down and you teach, and become. The next day or in the next few days, we come with the same game again. The game looks the same, but the engine is changed. So everything which was working in a first case
may not work now.
Doesn't work now. Okay. So everyone who doesn't analyze the data, they fail very fast. And again, emotion, it was working on my day, it doesn't work.
And do you give them the tools to do so? They can go and use ChatGPT or whatever.
They want. In fact, it's part of the teaching. So we start, because it's a data minimum class, so they start with the pivot tables in Excel, connecting the tables in Excel. It's first part. And second part, after the second game, it's probably Power BI or Tableau. Depends on. And in fact,
damn, I thought I was good at Power BI. Now 20-year-olds are doing it. I haven't got the edge anymore.
Yeah, we can play it together. Yeah, and then we are just heading out for the final game. So we build it up, and the final game is for the prize, and the prize at our university is food voucher to Ambiente chain for the winning team. So
local.
In fact, they are, it's not unusual that some of the teams are staying overnights just to build the dashboard to win the game.
That means they're hungry.
We've always said that. What's the most important is that, again, emotion is like glue. Yeah. So if I meet them after 5 years or 7 years,
they still remember that.
They still remember what they did right or wrong in the last game. And
they
remember.
I think
they
that's
have to
fantastic.
remember what they have learned. And I think this is the way how we can overcome, boring data analytics.
Yeah, that's anything but flat learning. It's experimental. There's competition in it. Some people are very competitive. There's some arguably gratification in it because if there's some success, they enjoy that. There's an incentive.
It's unusual. We are getting, the reviews, best course in my life.
Yeah, no, I could believe that.
I'll tell you what, out there, if you're thinking of studying or an MBA, I'd seriously consider this young man.
In fact, we are starting that with our data MBA students.
Interesting.
Yeah,
and this. I mean, I'm fantastically
I think it's
interested.
an icebreaker.
You know, it's a
It's your interpersonal skills, your soft skills,
Yeah.
working as a team, which is critical.
Yeah.
And bringing the right
you
data
can use
out,
it in so many ways. So we have someone who did the team psychology. So they have been observing the teams, how they behave or something. Yeah. Then we did it for just the board members, which was
But they should definitely get.
And how did they do?
I was about to say, beat my 15-year-old.
With your salary, tell us.
It was emotional, but what we did in that case, we just educate data analysts. So each board member got its own data analyst.
I see.
But in fact, they have learned how to communicate with the data analysts, and this was the aim of just do this. Because probably you won't expect the board member to do.
So the board member has
this has been key in our careers.
Yeah.
When we were talking,
visualization and
previously, how did you get into tech? And like with techies, I've never been a programmer, Kenny has, but I understand all the technologies.
Yeah.
But our positive or plus points are exactly that. It's the personalities that you bring out.
The bridging of conversation.
The bridging of analysts with programmers and managers.
We have to bridge that
shitty
border between the IT or data.
It is a shitty border.
People have made careers out of that job. The business. Right? We have made
lots of money.
I've made
career. Made a lot of money from that. Am I right?
Because there's lots of stress.
So we've had emotional learning, and then you got another point that kind of follows on is your transformational education.
Yeah.
And it's what an MBA
does
for you. Yeah. What does it do for you? Not what you learn.
But how we are transformed. So it's you have two sorts of MBA, and I cannot say that one is better than each other. You have sorts of executive MBAs, which means it will allows you just to skip one more level in the company hierarchy. So it means that
usually career progression ladder accelerator.
You are learning something from marketing, management, finance, whatever. It's combined from that. And it was the original way how the MBA has been done.
Yeah.
But then you have the topical or transformational MBA, which is the ones we have, and it means we are teaching something about the, let's say, all 360 degrees, the managerial skills around specific area. And we have two. We have a data analytics and IT management.
Got it.
And so it means that these people are learning to become leaders in that topical domain.
Right.
And what's very important, that usually after when they finish the MBA, they are changing their life path. So it's transformation not only by the skills, but usually the people are about between 30, 40 plus minus.
It's got a certain middle management sort of position in the career.
And they are overcoming quite a big transformation in their personal lives. Of course, it's not our fault.
No.
Well, you remember we as our colleagues.
We are accelerating that. And quite a lot of them are changing their life path. So we had someone going from the, let's say, head of finance, accounting, to the head of AI. Or from
if you pardon the pun, the pivot to an entirely different change, different part of the.
So it means just giving them the skills just to overcome that gap, between the.
And these, of course, MBAs are typically done by people later in life.
Yes.
So this is a little bit different, of course.
You hit a threshold.
A threat in your career.
You've done your degree. You've got 15 years experience, 20 years experience, and
then you find out that perhaps sometimes you are missing something. You have to relearn something, but usually it's about the context. So when one is self-developed for 15 years, you are having these classes, and then you need someone who will just explain you the whole picture.
Kind of more strategic view.
Yeah, you see me, I am not a online lectures person. So it's in person, in place.
Practical.
And in fact, what I'm telling, it's not about the teachers, it's about meeting people. So it means in each MBA, the students are meeting 50 plus experts in topical areas. So, and it's all up to them what they will learn from that.
You're like in shock. Wow, we're all 50.
we're kind of at that point, I mean,
guys, I think we can. Yeah, after in a pub, we can do the entrance interview if you don't mind.
I'm absolutely into that. I mean, we've referred to our careers as being the real life MBA. when you're forced, somebody will say, and I don't. For the most part, I don't mind doing it, but it is a baptism of fire, where you're giving something you don't know about. Yeah. And you're told to go and, in some cases, make it better, and you're forced to learn, and it's not the most pleasurable, but you learn. Yeah, you do learn.
In fact, in the beginning, we have been thinking whether we will be calling it MBA because it has stick with that, which is not what we are doing.
It's got a stigma.
But we have decided to keep it. So.
Keep. I know a guy. Two of us are really good at coming up with acronyms and names for things. Yeah, I mean, we'll work on that later, right?
NBA and then get sued by basketball players. Right, I'm aware, like on time-wise, but we've got to get to this point.
Go on.
You once stayed in a Buddhist monastery.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
So, first of all, tell us the story how you got there. And what did it not teach you? What did you experience there? I mean, what was the purpose for doing it? And what did you take away from it?
Yeah.
Apart from you stole the robes, maybe.
In fact, I have to first off disclaimer. I didn't spend there a year or something.
Don't tell anyone. They love a story. They love a story. We think you come out like Chuck Norris.
In fact, in this time I was working for ISO IEC quality standards, and our group has been meeting all around the world. Regularly, and once we have been meeting in Korea, and I met a
South
Korea. South.
Not the interesting.
I am here, South Korea.
He wouldn't be here if it was interesting. But
he'd still be there.
And I met a rector of the Buddhist university.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have had lectures of data quality in the IT part of the Buddhist university, but he told me, I have a temple. Wanna visit that?
You do.
Of course. So I was there for 2 days, and I have enjoyed that. And the next time I was lecturing in Korea, I returned and I told him, "Can I spend here 3 weeks?" And he told me, "Of course you can." Wow. And I was there in a university temple, observing how the things are working. But I think it's our pleasure to see how the things are working. In this industry, in that industry.
It gives you insight. I mean, you're giving me insight.
In fact, I was just wondering how it works in Buddhist industry.
Right. How does it work?
Beautifully. It's very well organized for centuries. So
and it's very, forgive me, very traditional, I imagine.
In fact.
Or are there iPads everywhere?
In fact, there are iPads or the notebooks, or when we had usually the day starts at 4 a.m. You get up, you go to the ceremony. Of course. It was beautiful because I do not understand the word in Korean.
Yeah.
Right. So and their
Flight
English, their English in that time was not so. It was beautiful. But then we set up the whole team of the temple.
Yeah.
Like the boss, chief monks.
There's a full hierarchy
in that, and it was management meeting. I have seen him. You
and
do
is
this,
it,
you do this. Then I take, Ota walk or something. So and suddenly they came to me. What would you like to go for a walk or to learn meditation? It was very well organized. So it was, in fact, managerial thing to run the temple.
Of course. I mean, any building requires.
Well, somebody says to us, or somebody replied and said, "You're a project manager, but you've got no IT experience." I went, "Project manager can build a house, buuld a hospital, put a space shuttle, and deliver your baby."
Yeah.
So it doesn't
matter what. This is what I have learned of what I have taken out of that, and the second thing is that I am in love with kimchi.
Really?
Kimchi. I had that a few times. You mean the food? Just checking it's not a lady's name.
Pickled cabbage.
I'm just checking it's not a lady's name.
I'm in love with kimchi.
Exactly. And of course that.
So this is it, and this is what I like to learn everywhere I am. So my job brings me to the production companies, to banks, or to talk to the people from different industries. It's beautiful to see how these things are operating and working and how it is connected and what are the similarities. So
and you're not offering any South Korean experience in Zhishkov, are you? No, it's other
Kimchi.
than I imagine other than a story
in
or
fact, in
two.
Zhishkov, there is one restaurant, so Korean, so you can have
Korean.
it. But,
That's as close as it's getting, right?
yeah.
Now, with all of this wonderful experience, I mean, your courses are open now to the general public or companies or students or...
This is it. So they are open. The MBA is open to public.
Yep.
So anyone with the bachelor degree can apply.
Yep.
We have a even adult master students, in their 35, just returning back to the university to study our program. Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it master's over here is 1 year, is it?
Yeah, master is 4 years.
Oh, it's
and
2 years.
In fact, it's free, so it's different to the MBA.
Okay,
so
Yeah,
it
MBAs
could be one of the reasons. And we are working with the companies. Again, my mission is just to show the beauty of the data analytics.
And how to be useful.
And to be useful. And this is
I have a list of people I want to ask
we've got a list of people in the audience, and what we'll do is, like you say, Otto, and his goal, as you've just seen from the explanation, the gates are open, the knowledge is there to be had, the courses are there to be done, and if I had time, I'd enroll underneath.
Well, you were doing courses yesterday, so learning, of course, is lifelong.
What to take out from this is not only to study.
Of course.
With me or something, but just to learn how to study. So I suggest if you select the education, not for your kids or for someone, just ask the school. Now we don't have the monopoly. So we have to survive. We have to survive and to change. So if you go to school and say, show me the competence map. Show me the competencies which will make me useful in 5 years.
Yes.
And show me the examples of your work, just not the courses, but what I will learn that.
Yeah, I think that's more of a helpful lesson to somebody who's doesn't know what they want to study yet, or they've not had that year's maturity.
For the younger people, and I'm conscious of time because the clock's ticking along here, but I'm going to get some T-shirts made for the office. Have you been useful today?
Excellent.
And a little QR code to your website because I think there's some people.
Well, there's one for you, all of our viewers out there. Is
perhaps. Second, do the T-shirt. Did I make you useful today?
Yes, he's a lifelong coach. I was dying to be rude though, but I should.
Well, you can have one on the front, one on the back. So when you're doing your Zoom call, why's your back to me? Read it.
exactly. So we're going to have to wind this up. But what a wonderful story, my friend.
It was my pleasure,
guys. I think we need to have you back because there's too much to talk about.
Thank you very much.
So much.
A wonderful story.
I have enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that.
I mean, everything from South Korean monks. I mean, it's just a wonderful.
We didn't get the inline skating in, but I promise we'll have you back.
We'll get that. We'll get that in the notes, if not the
everything.
Pictures.
Thank you to everybody again. Thank you to Xtelligence for powering the Informatics podcast. All of the details will be on the right side of your screen. All of Otto's information about the faculty, about his new promotion coming up as dean.
Yeah.
I know me personally, I would love to enrol. Just the wisdom that has come out of this gentleman's mouth has been fabulous.
Absolutely.
And I can't thank you enough. We love you. We wish you all well. Otto will be coming back. And a good night from him.
And a good night from him.
See
you next time.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
See you.